I'd like to take a moment of silence. Let's thank all the firefighters and the first responders. We have them coming all over California, the whole country, Canada, Mexico, Ukraine, everywhere, to save us and help us. Let's take a moment to say a prayer for all of the people and all of the animals that were affected. I'd like to take a moment of that silence right now. Thank you. Amen. Okay, so I'm going to go through what I have written down here, and then I'll open the floor up for questions. So again, I want to thank you all so much for coming here today. We're a group of people with various backgrounds, work experience. We have all kinds of different opinions and views, but we all have one thing in common: our concern for protecting our homes, our families, our pets, our friends, and our neighbors. All of you here are showing yourselves to be an asset to this community because you took the time to show up today, and I want to thank all of you for that. All right, so who am I? Who I am today based on my experience: I served 2 decades, a little over 2 decades, as a volunteer firefighter in Cleveland National Forest, Holy Jim Canyon, out in Chabico Canyon. We were completely off-grid, no running water, long before cell service. I helped maintain 46 cabins. Only 7 stand today. All the rest have burnt down in the last 6 years. I served a decade with MAU, which is Mounted Assistance Unit, search and rescue for all-terrain rescue of large animals and humans. I was actively involved in a coordinated community fire preparedness plan that was utilized in 2007 for a catastrophic fire where my community of Chabico Canyon was evacuated for 10 days. I assisted in the evacuation of the Chabico Canyon residents and then subsequently the rescue and care of 700 horses who were fleeing wildfires from all over California. We had them dropped off in 24 hours at a facility that had no water hoses, no water buckets, nothing. 700 horses. Jeff Kermode, Debbie Geary, Doug Slavin, Fiona Nelson, Greg Hahn, we were all there. I've had a lifetime of participating in and leading community group efforts for various needs within my communities. I'm educated and experienced in disaster preparedness, fire mitigation, and fire evacuation. Today I will address 3 related topics in this presentation. 1, how you can help protect your home from ever burning in a wildfire. 2, explaining what you need to know about qualifying to be in a FireWise USA neighborhood and how being nationally certified as a FireWise USA designated property can benefit you. This can position you for an ongoing, realistically viable insurance options with reduced rates. 3, outlining how we can work together to be prepared on a community level with our individual and valley-wide wildfire mitigations, along with coordinated actionable evacuation plans. Each one of us is here because we're concerned and even afraid, and we should be. We must adapt to a new way of life. I'm here to help us all figure it out together. Okay, together. This is our first meeting. There'll be more as new information will be gathered and shared. We're in the driest month in January that I've lived here in 15 years. Fire season all year long. It's pretty real right now. So first off, I want to quickly talk about the elephant in the room that some of you know. I'm a distributor for a product called Barricade Fire Gel. I'm not here to sell that product today. I won't take any orders for it today, and I won't take any questions for it today. That is not what this meeting is for, and it's not available. It's sold out worldwide until the middle of March. But I would be remiss if I didn't provide the information. In the last 12 days, I have cried every day and lost sleep every night because thousands of the homes that were lost this last few weeks could have been saved if they had known about this product, but they didn't know about it. And that gives me the most gut-wrenching, frustrated shame because I'm trying to get the word out there. And those people they did not know. And how many thousands of homes could have been saved right now is phenomenal. So I feel it is my duty as your neighbor to let you know this product exists, because I would be remiss if I did not, and then you lost your home because you didn't know you had a way to save it. Again, I'm not selling it today, and I will not take any questions. I have information back there, as well as the actual product that you can see it. We could always have another community meeting about that. Okay, Barricade Fire Gel. I used it myself in 2007. Who here currently owns Barricade or has it on the way in an order in the mail? Okay. Do any of you have any buyer's remorse for getting that product? No. Do you feel safer, less anxious and less fearful, and more empowered and in control of your situation now that you have that on hand? Yes. Okay. Feels good, doesn't it? Feels real good. Okay. So, Barricade is a fire retardant gel that the U.S. Forestry Service uses for airdrops, but it's also available to homeowners to easily apply with a garden hose. It's a full-stop fire protection that will protect anything you spray it on, structures and everything inside them. Your vehicles, propane tanks, generators, trees, shrubs, everything. Barricade gel can handle 5,000 degrees. The Burrell fire was 2,200 degrees. Barricade has been approved for the past 20 years by the U.S. Fire Authority, the U.S. Forestry Service, FEMA, and the EPA. You can find YouTube videos about it by searching Barricade Fire Gel, as seen on Dateline, Good Morning America, Discovery Channel, the Weather Channel, and plenty more. It's extremely economical, and its shelf life is 5 to 10 years. I'm creating a database of everyone in Bear Valley that has the gel, as this will be very beneficial to our fire department in a wildfire, as they will know which houses will be assets to their efforts. This is not what we're here to talk about today, but I had to give you this information, and we can discuss it further for anybody who wants to know at another date. Grab yourself a handout back there. Okay, our main topic of today is the Firewise USA Volunteer Program, which is designed to give a lifeline to those of us living in high fire risk areas. The program was created by NFPA, the National Fire Protection Association, and it is administered by CAL FIRE. Our Kern County Fireways program is called kernfiresafe.org, and Wendy Ward is our Kern County leader for the program. Wendy has spoken at our CSD meetings, our DPAC, again, Disaster Preparedness Action Committee meetings, and association meetings, attempting to get people to create Firewise communities. And yet, up until just a few weeks ago, there hadn't been a single Firewise community created in all of Kern County. They just did their first one in Golden Hills. It was 11th, but we have our first successful 11th Street home in Kern County. I'm currently working with my friends and neighbors on my street, Columbia Way, and we do have some new neighbors that I invited here who I don't know, so please let me get your info at the end of today.
Did you want something?
Where am I?
Did you tap me?
I lost this. Okay. So currently, I'm working on Columbia Way and Martingale Way to get my first 2 Firewise USA certified neighborhoods. While this process is underway, I'm working to unite as many of our Bear Valley residents together as I possibly can so that we can actually create the largest Firewise USA neighborhood in the country. That's my plan. Okay, so what is a Firewise USA neighborhood, and what would it look like? What we have up on the screen, kind of hard to see. There were pamphlets earlier. That's all there were left in Kern County. I didn't have more. The white pieces of paper are, the white paper that you got is not Firewise paperwork. That's something I have created specifically for all of you here today. The pamphlets we ran out of is showing you basically what we're looking at. Okay, so a Firewise program is a volunteer program, and it's called a neighborhood. And a neighborhood can have 8 to 2,500 homes in it. Here are the main things you need to know about Firewise USA program. As of October 1st, 2024, it is state mandated within California that insurance companies provide discounts for certified FireWise neighborhoods. As the current insurance industry goes through the inevitable enormous changes we're about to suffer through, they'll be looking for and rewarding properties that have taken the steps to be FireWise communities. Again, I'm striving for us to be the largest one in the nation, to be the Gold Star poster child. That's what I like. FireWise USA is a volunteer program, and anyone can start their own neighborhood. It's a 3-year commitment and requires a minimum of 8 homes that are neighbors. The leader needs to understand fire mitigation, and they need to gather the neighborhood mitigation data, provide guidance and education, as well as individualized prescribed action plans for the homes in the neighborhood. The leader is then responsible for completing and submitting all the paperwork and requirements and getting it processed through the CAL FIRE application process. Most importantly, what we want to know about this program, once a FireWise USA neighborhood is certified and recognized, it's going into a national database that all insurance companies have access to and are to utilize in order to offer you insurance. They do not cause a problem for you to get into this program. The way this program was designed is to give all of us who actually do proper fire clearance recognition and acknowledgement with a certification that's posted nationally. That is to reward the people who are already proactive and taking care of their property. It's giving us the recognition and that they know we're here, that we're doing it. Now, how the community ends up working is not everybody has to be 100% compliant with everything. I have trees too close to my house, but you're an overall community of a neighborhood, and it's a percentage of the neighborhood who have mitigated their fire clearance to the best of their ability, and it's documented. So, the neighbors you have who do not take care of their property will not qualify to be in the program. Nobody has to be in the program. It's completely voluntary, and anybody who wants to be can, and anybody who doesn't need to. All right, so our rewards for being in the program will be the ability to continue having an insurable property, and AKA a sellable property, as well as saving you money on your insurance. Let's look at the insurance savings that have become available to all of us. Actually missed a screen. Let's flip that one more screen, and then we'll get to the next one. I've already jumped ahead. That screen that was up there is showing you overall picture. This is showing you the red outline is your 5 feet zone, and that's what we work on for the first year, is only the 5 feet. That's all we focus on first year for this program. The second year, we do 5 to 30 feet, and the third year, we do 30 to 100 feet. Not everybody's property has 100 feet. It's okay. It's all figured into the plan. They knew. Okay, so now we're going to go to our next screen. This is a copy of my current insurance policy. Okay, now you can see I'm very lucky. I pay less than $3,000 a year. Knock on wood. Today, that's what I pay. But my policy did just get renewed, and this is it. You can see the little boxes checked up there of the things that give you a good driver discount, so to speak. And you can see on there that it's showing that, I've got some discounts that total $279, okay, annually. All right, let's flip to the next screen. I hope you can see this, and if you can't, I will try to talk my way through it best I could. It didn't work out for me to make copies of this for all of you, and I apologize. What you're seeing on there, across the top, it's telling you that these are the things you can receive a discount on, and that you should be aware of them so that you can start doing something with them. This is my policy, and it gives a 0.5% discount for each one of the things in that whole top category. For these various things, you will get a discount on your insurance. As we go through the FireWise community, the FireWise program, you're automatically getting recognized for these things. Where you see the check marks in the box, those are the ones that I currently qualify for and am not getting credit for, because I have to tell my insurance that I qualify for them. But I didn't know that before October 24, did we? 2024. Now at the very bottom, you see 2 little extra boxes down there. One of them says that I get 1.1% off if I'm part of a fire mitigated community, and I get another 1% off if I'm a part of a certified FireWise USA community. A friend of mine showed me her policy, which is I'm with Travelers. Her policy is with Hippo. It's exactly the same, except for they're a little bit cheaper. They only do 0.5 in those two bottom boxes, where mine does 1. Either way, once we become a FireWise community, I qualify for all the boxes that we marked off right there, and that will save me $160 a year on my $3,000 a year policy. I talked to somebody the other day in Bear Valley, their policy is $15,000 a year. If they met that same criteria that I meet, which is fairly minimal, their savings would be $825 a year. But most importantly, once you're a FireWise community and you're certified and recognized, you're going into a database. Starting next July and August, insurance companies coming back here are going to be looking at who is in the database and who is not. Whoever is in the database, they know they've been proactive at trying to protect their property and prevent loss. That's what they want. Anyone who's not in the community, they don't know what their property is like, but they're not going to ask you because they're not even going to look at you. They're going to look at the ones that have taken the action because it prevents loss and saves them money. The FireWise program was designed this way between the National Fire Association, CAL FIRE, the state of California, and the insurance companies. It's a coordinated contract that's available to all of us. But no, other than me, nobody's coming around to tell you this. All right. So what do you do to qualify? To be honest, it's not that hard. Most of us already qualify, which is fantastic. The goal of this program is to identify the properties who do qualify and reward them for their accomplishments. It's a way for each of us to have our individual fire clearance and preparedness efforts documented and again rewarded. Okay, how many people here spend 1 or more hours a year doing fire prevention activities on their property? You just met the criteria. Okay, so you're pretty much almost qualified for your first year program right there, all right? So, in the first year, we're going to focus on just the first 5 feet perimeter around your home. That's it. I will educate you on what they're looking for, and we'll let you know what qualifications you've already met and which ones you need to work towards meeting. That's basically it in a nutshell for you, the homeowners. That's the easy part. Coming to this meeting and doing fire mitigation within the 5 feet of your home is pretty much it. You are required to go to 1 to 2 meetings a year. I'm going to have a lot more than that, okay? The second year we address the 5 to 30 feet from your home, and the third year we do 30 to 100 feet. Now, if you allow me to be your fire safe community leader, I'll provide the meetings, the information, and the education, the neighborhood action plans, and the follow-up on the progress of said plans. And then the most challenging part, I'll get your neighborhood through the CAL FIRE acceptance process. Once that's done, you'll automatically be put in the national database, and your insurance will be required to give you a reduction. And if ever you need to switch insurance companies, prospective companies will be available to you and offering you discounted rates. You would now be in a position that insurance companies are looking for rather than running away from. So the FireWise USA is a fantastic plan, and it's going to be a game changer for all of us. But to be honest, it only goes so far. As someone who's had decades of fire experience and living in fire areas with risky fire conditions, I want to go further because we need to go further, okay, as a community. Beyond the FireWise program, we're collaborating here right now to have a cohesive, comprehensive, coherent, collaborating community that is perfectly poised and prepared to protect and prevent loss and destruction from wildfires. I had to have some fun with words. This was a lot of work, so. Okay, I'm calling this massive community effort a fire safe community, which our basic motto will be principles before personalities. Within our community, we'll work together to become nationally certified FireWise USA neighborhoods. With your help, And some of you will help more than others, which is fabulous, as we each have our individual assets, wisdom, experience, capabilities, and availabilities. We will go beyond their basic requirements to develop a community that is exceedingly prepared for disasters on an individual level as well as a community-wide level. We will develop personalized action plans in place for each neighborhood within BVS. I do want to also help Stallion and Cummings and, quite honestly, all of Tehachapi, but I live in Bear Valley, so we're starting. We will know which neighbors would require assistance in a disaster situation and which neighbors may be able to step up and provide assistance to others. We will have local experts in fire mitigation ready to help with property preparedness and hardening, and first responders who will step up to help in disaster situations. We'll have closer connections to our immediate neighbors and longer-reaching connections to all the folks throughout the whole valley. So no matter what might happen, we have a network of people who have plans of action set in place. We will aspire to create a volunteer fire department, and we will utilize our BVS ERT, emergency radio system, available within our community so that we can effectively communicate even if we lost all power and internet. For those who need it, I can help assist you. For those who need it, I can help assess your particular wildfire weaknesses and access points on your property and your home, helping you formulate your personalized action plans. Now, for Firewise USA, this is a volunteer program. I was originally just going to do 8 homes on my street and protect my own assets. But the reality is, we're a community, and we all need to be more prepared and better organized if we want to survive a natural disaster. I don't want to be the only 8 homes left standing in Bear Valley if a wildfire comes through. I want all my neighbors to be safe, prepared, and protected. If everyone in Bear Valley wanted to create their own Firewise neighborhood of 8 homes, we would have 467 different neighborhoods with 467 different fragmented action plans. We would be literally missing out on the most important aspect of creating neighborhoods, which is the community collaboration and cohesion. We need a community-wide action plan that is realistic and viable and that is understood by everyone, not just somebody's opinion on next door. Many valid opinions, all too random. This is how we can handle a disaster with planned efficiency that puts us all in a position to successfully protect our community together. Because united, we stand. Divided, we fall. I've spent the past 5 months reaching out to the CSD, the DPAC Committee, the Bear Valley Association, and our state senator, Shannon Grove, seeking assistance to support my taking on this monumental task, rather than just doing my 8 streets, which I could do and call it a day. What I've learned is that while all of these entities feel this is a great idea, and they support it and feel it is much needed, they are not in positions to help me do it. I want to help all of you, so I tried to get back support behind me. I didn't get it. So I'm here today. And with all the insurance cancellation moratorium expiring in July and the caps on our insurance being removed in August, we must get this going immediately and handle it at warp speed. What I'm offering to all the 3,700 property owners in Bear Valley will require my dedicating my every waking moment to this for the next year, which is only the first of 3 years that make up the Firewise participant requirements. I'll be creating a portal on my website that will be accessible to members, providing pertinent information and resources. We're videotaping today's meeting, and if all goes well with technology, we'll have this available on YouTube, along with other valuable videos in the future. We can have Zoom meetings as needed, making coordinated meetings easier to attend, where we will have community meetings for ongoing discussions addressing a wide array of topics and community needs. Together, we can be more efficient, organized, and prepared. Since I was unable to get any government entities to support me in this effort, I need to ask for a nominal annual fee for those of you who'd like me to handle all of this for you. Again, it's a volunteer program. Anyone who wants to create their own Firewise neighborhood can do so. But if you want to be part of a valley-wide community coordinated effort that gets us all certified at warp speed in time for the crisis coming this summer, I'm here offering to lead the way and make that happen for all of us, not just the 8 homes on my street. If there's anybody who can't afford that and they want to be in the program, we'll work on that. I want everybody in this program.